In this week's video post, we'll continue on with mental strategies and we'll look further at mental strategies for multiplication. Last week, Charlene took you through how to multiply numbers that end in zeros. And it's really quite an easy strategy to do. We'll use that strategy to help us with multiplying 2 and 3 digit numbers by a single digit. Okay, so what we'll do to do 3 times 45, instead of doing the long written method for multiplication, we'll look at partitioning the number just like we did for addition and subtraction. So what we'll look at is the 4 will represent 40 and the 5 will represent just 5 being in the ones column. So what we're thinking about is 3 times 40. So really we're thinking 3 times 4 is 12 and adding the 1 0, and 3 times 5, which is 15, and then we are adding those together so that we end up with 135. The addition is made easier because we'll have quite a few zeros to look at. Let's take a look at the next one. We have 2 times 68, so we're looking at a 60 and an 8, and we partition that. So we have 2 times 60, and we know 2 sixes are 12, and we have a 0 to add on the end, and then 2 times 8, which is 16. So if you want to think of it like we looked at with the addition, we have 120 plus 10, and then plus 6. So we can partition the 16 further if that makes it easier to do. So that is 136. You might like to try the next two before we do them together, and you can pause the video. So let's have a look. So we have 100, we also have 30, and we have 2. So we're doing a few things here. So 7 times 100, 700. 7 times 30 is 7 times 3 is 21 with a 0 on the end. And then 7 times 2, which is 14. So we have 700 plus 210, so that's 910. Plus the 14, and again, if you wish, you can partition that 14 further, is 924. And lastly, we have a 480 and a 1. So we have 5 times 400, 5 fours are 20, and the 2 zeros we see there. 5 times 80, so 5 times 8 is 40, with the extra 0 we have there, and then 5 times 1, which is 5. So we have 2,000 plus 400, it's 2,400, plus the 5 gives us 2,405. Now while I'm showing a written method here, this is the way to start off helping your children learn mental strategies for multiplication, and as they get better at seeing this setting out and understanding the partitioning method, soon enough they'll be able to do at least a 2 digit by a 1 digit mentally.